come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Give praises to Jehovah, from whom all blessing and knowledge will flow. Blessing and knowledge will flow. The Village Talk Show, dedicating to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life, helping each one of us in realizing our dream at any age, any point, starting from today, day. Success. Come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come all to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Success is not spoken, it is done. Success is done. Come on now. The Village Talk Show. Talk Show. The Village Talk Show. Unmuted. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening on the Village Talk Show. A lot going on this week, and our leader will be on shortly. So please,
I'm coming on a little bit too.
And Andre will be on, and hopefully
What's
John
good,
will
people?
be logging on as well. Thank you for joining us again on the Village Talk Show. We are dedicated
To empowering the community to live a safe and healthy and successful life. Right?
So a lot going on, Andre. Let's start off.
What they want? What's good, people? Right? Man, each one of us to make sure that we live healthy, right? Make sure that we live a financially safe life, and empowering each one of us to do that today and continue on forward.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. And make sure that you are safe out there. You know what? We're going to start off.
Oops. All right, there it is.
Perfect.
All right, what's good, folks?
So we'll start off. Let's go over some things that happened in this community this week.
Hold on there. I'm gonna be like Roderick today. How was the day today? That's what we want to start.
All right. Today was great. You know, it didn't snow, which was awesome. We're getting the real taste of winter, and just being able to enjoy the season as it's coming along. I can't believe it's already November. So I'm thanking God for November. One more month.
Right. Like I said, maybe like Roderick. I feel like it shows prep on prom right now.
Prep on prom.
It's just like.
Well, that is how I am. So, how was your day, Andre?
My day was good. I went to a training today, and I saw I'm trying to pronounce the last name right. Ashley, though. I saw Ashley.
Oh, Miss Rozier.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, right. This was an avid training, really kind of understanding more about that itself, and it was a small. Try to fix that.
Miss Rozier is the bomb diggity.
Yeah, man, she was killing it there.
Assistant Miss Rozier.
Yeah, she was killing. So shout out Ash, and shout out to Tamara that was there as well. She's the head coach there for Avid. What
Okay.
even actually was at the top there.
The
And then
Math and Me. Remember
yeah,
that book?
yeah, of course, definitely. My genius. And shout out to everybody else that was there as well. I really enjoyed that conversation. But I guess on the other side of that, I didn't really. I was in school today for what up to until 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really like that either. I don't like to miss school. Feel like I'm still in school trying to learn, but at the same time, I wanted to
You
spend the
gotta
time.
sharpen yourself as well.
Huh?
You gotta sharpen your skills, your knowledge,
Yeah,
learn from
don't
others.
get me wrong. I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. I also feel like when there's so much due in a sense, really, and
Mhm.
people who might enter this conversation might say, well, um, plan better, right? So, it's a here or there, right?
That's all good. And you
Mhm.
know what? When you mention mathematics, that is something that we discussed before that a lot of people are afraid of. But really remember that math is in everything that we do. And don't be afraid of the challenge. Just accept it and promote that amongst our young people because mathematics is one thing that a lot of universities and colleges look at. And if your child is looking forward to going to like one of the top high schools or college, they look at that mathematics part. English is great, but math is universal all across the world. Remember that. That is the universal language. So, oh, look at our
Can't hear you, Roger.
infamous leader. How are you?
Oh,
Good
you hear?
evening.
Oh, I
Can't hear
hear. No,
you.
I hear. I hear him. I'm gonna put that over.
All right.
Say what's up? What's good, Roderick?
Are you close? Are you downstairs?
No, he's not downstairs.
Okay, you can't hear us. So, all right. So while our infamous leader is trying to connect
All
with
right,
his
so
vocals, let's talk about what's going on.
all right, let's go. What's happening?
We're gonna start with the gentleman who, um, rest in peace to the family, to the gentleman who, um, the father and the son who got murdered
Mm-hmm.
by the former correction officer who got
Yeah, Janice.
assassinated. Yeah. So it is. Oh, Janice, thank you. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Um, yeah. Oh, what do I always say?
What?
It is unfortunate that nowadays people are ready to explode at any given point. Yes, children make noise. You could be traveling anywhere on a highway,
Mm.
but people are on another level
Mm-hmm.
that they're quick to kill someone before they have a conversation or before they calm down.
So my thing with this, right? With
Oh,
this
here's the background. I'm sorry.
background of what?
The background of what we jump right into.
Oh, okay. So what happened really, in Flatbush? I don't remember exactly. Matter of fact, let me open this real quick. So the guy who
Sunday
fatally,
evening. Hmm.
Roger, we can't hear you. So, all right. So the guy who shot the father and the son, right? Double homicide.
Hmm.
He was a former correctional officer too, so I kind of have some experience with the guns,
Kind
training in
of,
a
or
sense.
he does.
Huh?
Not kind of. He does have
That's what I
experience.
said, kind of. No, he does then. So, but the thing is, I think this whole thing boils up with purpose in life, and there people have said like also mental illness, but I definitely think that having a purpose and working towards something greater than yourself,
Hmm.
there might be a different way to handle it. Now, watching the video, there's a lot of things that one could see and even consider factors that play into how the debt plays. So one of the things we notice, the father came out and he had that scissors in the man's face, right? And so that man probably already feel like, yo, this man's gonna use his scissors on me really, and really kind of prepared himself up. Now you also have him um, being pulled back in a sense, like his wife was probably say, yo, let's not get into this, let's not get into this. And one could say he got sidetracked because he's probably trying to tell her, hey, I got this. And when he turned around, his life was taken. Right? Even the son trying to run through the other side, really, there's that other aspect of it. The son is trying to get away, man trying to get back into the apartment, door closed. Right? So now it's just like in a moment like that, you don't know how you're gonna react. You really don't know how you're gonna react because your instinct really is just like, I gotta save myself. Right? You gotta save yourself. I think, this is where one could also say, people selfish by nature, right? Because they probably another angle one could look at this is just like how she just run and just close the door on them just
Remember,
like that.
she has children.
She does. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? But that's an angle. That's a perspective. People could look at it and say, "Oh, you just gonna close the door," and you could see like he was trying to really get back in. So there's so many factors into it on who's to be blamed. Can't really just blame one individual. It's a multitude of things. I was reading somewhere where it says that this noise disturbance was also for a year or more than a year, and this man just eventually got pissed and upset and was just like, okay, I'm tired of this. So I think it's important we consider even the schools living next to us, and consider where we live.
On top of us.
Huh?
Underneath us, on top of
Yeah.
us, and all around us. But should we get upset to the extent where we're actually taking someone's life or have the idea like, I'm sick of this, I'm going to put that to an end?
Right.
It should never come to that extent.
I agree.
Now, could a lot of 311 calls,
Say what now?
a lot of 311 calls from both angles, the building knew about it. Could the building have done something else to try to prevent?
To prevent it?
But now, do you think that buildings and landlords are looking at things a different way now in regards to how can we prevent someone to going to extreme? Do you think that's something that might come across?
How? I mean, from that incident, a sudden shift in perspective just from that incident, probably not. It's probably going to take more than that itself, because a landlord probably looking at it like, this happened today, okay, might be happening tomorrow. And we agree, definitely, Janice, it's been going on for a while, right? People trying to get their sleep, trying to relax, and they hear boom boom upstairs. So but this guy really was just coming upstairs, really trying to figure like, I'm going to find out what's going on, but I'm gonna have my strap ready just in case of anything. Now,
what would you bring if you're trying to find out what's going on? Would you bring a gun up?
No, but I ain't going up there.
Yeah.
Well, listen. If I'm in an apartment and I hear the boom boom noise and everything, I'm not necessarily gonna
going up on somebody's door.
No, and especially in an argumentative way. I think you have to be mindful of who lives by you.
You don't know, and you don't know who's who.
Yeah, you don't know what people going through, right? So just watch the video. The video was heartbreaking, man.
It is.
But and seeing the guy took those life and then just nonchalantly wait on the elevator, my man was just like, okay, another day, I'm just waiting on the elevator.
With that reaction, that no remorse or anything. Do you think he's done this before?
Of course. Of course. I didn't necessarily see readings of him doing it before, kind of like run through, but
he definitely wanted to finish the job.
Huh?
That he definitely wanted to finish the job. It wasn't like
he did finish the father.
Yeah, but the son too.
He went back and finished his son?
The son, how many bullets? It was like 9.
Oh yeah.
In regards to that, the son didn't do anything. He didn't deserve anything. Yeah. Come on.
That's definitely something. right? Respect, definitely. We gotta respect each other. Our
We
region is
have
we
to.
gotta respect each other because right. But that also brings up the question: what is respect? Because nowadays, too, the term respect thrown around. There's the general understanding of what respect is not even considered as much now. I mean, when we look at because I'm an educator, I'm a utilize being in front of my students. Right, there are times when I have students who are very rude, and when you talk to them about respect, they look at you like, "What are you talking about?" Right? I remember growing up, and we've talked about this before. The neighbor would be considered another parent to you, part of the village, right? And so you can't just walk out on the road and do whatever you want to do without you having some sort of having a neighbor sort of like chiding you about something that you might be doing, right? And nowadays you might have a child talk back. You ain't my mom, you ain't my dad, you can't do nothing about it. So but in the general sense of respect, do unto others as you like them do unto you.
I think people are more on edge. Do you think that this war contributes to people being more on edge? Or do you think that it's just progressively, and the fact that people are not they're becoming immune to people getting murdered? Like, oh, okay, that just happened or whatever. Like you're becoming desensitized.
It's a normalized thing. So
which it should not be. That's the problem.
It shouldn't be normalized, but get this. If you see something on media, we watch media on a daily basis so much, and possibly majority of people are constantly watching news and just the news. Most people are not digging deeper to find out if this is really what what's the word I'm looking for. Most people are not digging deeper beyond what they see on TV, and so you see it over and over again. It's become a normalized thing in your mind. Like it shouldn't be, but we can say that, I guess, in a sense that we're thinking about it in that sense, but it does become normalized. So, but we're gonna take a commercial break, and then we come back. All right.
Destigmatization.
Footprints Cafes now offers Caribbean flatbreads, available in 11 mouth-watering flavors, including favorites like jerk chicken, curry chicken, honey garlic chicken or shrimp, ackee and saltfish, garlic cheese, and more. Our flatbreads are satisfying and can be enjoyed by the entire family. So make it a flatbread night at Footprints and enjoy the fusion of flavors. These flatbreads are so good, you might just have to fight for that last piece. Good thing there's plenty more where that came from. Get yours today from any of our Footprints locations. Want to enjoy your flatbread at home? Then order on Uber Eats and get it delivered right to your door. We'll see you there.
Call Howard Housing Solution today for all your real estate needs. Sellers, we can get top dollar for your home, and our vast network of professionals can facilitate your move and help you purchase your dream home in another state. Buyers, we have a pulse on the market and can get you in a home quickly. Property owners, we can manage your property efficiently and allow you peace of mind. So why wait? Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560 for your sale, purchase, or property management needs. Conveniently located in East New York, Brooklyn. You can come to us at 577 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, or we can visit in the comfort of your home. Call Howard's Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560. Howard Housing Solutions. Real estate simplified.
Oh, oops. Go ahead. Our first leader.
You ready to talk now, Amanda?
Good evening. Just a healthy reminder, starting, I think they're going to start next week or the week after, but you just need to give a call. The Grace Family Adult Social Daycare will be open up 2 days a week. You get some food from 10 too. If you're over 65, you qualify for Medicaid. If you're not sure, come on down, enjoy yourself. Call 646-504-5778 or send an email to gracefamilyadult@gmail.com. Reach out www.gracefamilyasdcare.com. Again, Medicaid is accepted. We're looking for any individual who's home. We don't want, as Dr. Brian always talk about, mental health. We want you to be healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, bring your mom, bring your dad out, let them come out and enjoy themselves. Play some games, do whatever they need to do. Watch TV, play some bingo, get your hair done did, and all the nails and the nails and the toenails, Andre, and fingernails done did. So come on out to Grace Family Services whenever, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Give us a call before you come to confirm opening up. So what did I miss? Oh, the camera. I missed the camera, right? I missed the camera. Yeah. So how are you doing? How you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're talking about the issue with the killing, right?
Right.
And the father and the son talk about how particular things impact that there's factors, and one of the things that Dr. Brian was mentioning was, well, is the war or just like the violence that's been happening around the world has some impact. And what I think has impact is really economic strife itself. I feel like that stressing people out plays in a role of like how they direct their stress, right, or like have an outlet, and so they react to certain things with more intensity. So, for instance, we don't know the victimizer's experience, right? But maybe he got so frustrated, he's just like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just gonna go up there, confront them, whatever happens.
But what do you think well, we can never know.
Mm.
I
speculate.
Yeah. I don't know. What result did he want? That
So did you guys give the background of what went on?
No, you could go on.
So the background for what happened at what used to be known, if you are familiar with Brooklyn and you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and early 2000s, is Vanderveer, right? That's what they used to call it, Vanderveer, back in the days. And currently they changed the name, try to give it a little style, but clearly the incident is still Vanderveer, right? Because they were trying to change it, so they changed it to Flatwood Gardens. So over the years, you have two neighbors, both of them 47 years old, both males, 47 years old. And they live on top of each other. And you live in the projects. And this is one of the reasons why I never wanted to live in an apartment building, because everybody's problem is your problem.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Jason, who's the guy downstairs, and I do know, right? I can't pronounce the other young man's name, the two of them that died, but Moai, I believe, is the pronunciation. So they live. So Jason goes upstairs to confront this family. They have several children, the youngest one being 10, and the constant walking back and forth. And he goes upstairs from the night before to confront them from the night before. So the argument started years back, but the night before they went up, had this argument, and then the following day, the frustration, the intensity continued. So Jason now comes upstairs, one that everybody sees in the blue suit. When you understand, next to the stairs, comes up and confront, and then whatever pursued from there.
So apologies in not using their name. So that was another thing, because you just.
Well, the names are public.
But I didn't use them, so that's why. But
okay, yeah. Right, and
should I use that?
Right, so you know, here are a few things. You know, it's interesting. I'm going to make a few comments today about the shooting. None of it is to excuse anything that happened, because what happened, we did a vigil last night at where it happened, at myself in my capacity as a community leader. In that capacity, when I did a vigil. Let's get real, ladies and gentlemen. 3 people are dead, but 2 families are destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first thing that hit me. Jason was a father. His family lived downstairs. The other one's family lived upstairs. Those children see each other.
So his child was in the apartment downstairs.
So his family was downstairs. His family was downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, everybody speculates that it's suicide by cop. You know, because Jason lunged at the police yesterday morning with
A knife.
with a knife, and the police over there in the 60th precinct opened fire, and he was brought to the hospital and he succumbed to his injuries. But let's get real. Let's get real. The blatant disregard for life.
Oh.
Now, when you think about it, it sounds bad, but it's somewhat self-defense, because the father came out with the scissors, right? Now, the problem there is he came upstairs
With
with
a
a
gun.
gun.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether or not it was registered or not. He is an ex-corrections
It
officer.
says it was not registered. It was not
Okay, so yeah, that's
illegal
right.
gun.
And it's funny, right? So I'm going to switch the conversation a little bit, which is going to piss Dr. Bryant off a little bit. It goes back to my conversation all the time, but she's not going to say anything. You know, she's going to go back to her. I'm so polite. All right, I'm so polite. I don't have nothing to say, her quiet self. But this is why I say that guns should be legal.
Wait, no,
This is part of the reason.
So this man had an illegal gun. So the other one should have had a gun. You know.
So you know what? If the other man had a legal gun,
it would not have proved anything. It
Why
would have
not?
been more dead.
I bet you Jason would have backed down.
wait, no.
No.
Here's because I'm trying to put my
Or only one of them might have been dead.
that
No.
just as how it is. But my thing is, the minute I see, the father came over with that scissors in the other guy's face. Like if I was in Jason's position, and you come in my face with a scissors, in my mind now, you're gonna use that scissors. You use it at instant.
I don't think so. I don't think he. I don't.
But no,
I
I'm
honestly
saying
don't think-
as the person, I'm in front of the confrontation.
Mhm.
Part of me, I'm thinking you might end up using that scissors. That I'm telling you.
No, I think the stance that he took coming up, fixing his jacket, waiting for the guy to come out or whatever, he came out, he was boiling upset with that. But the stance he took, I knew he had a weapon.
Let me tell you something. All of y'all, here's the issue. Right? Here's the issue. Bottom line. If I gotta check the pronunciation of his name. If he had a legal gun,
That is stupidity.
villagers chiming,
That
man.
is stupidity.
What y'all-
how is it
what y'all-
stupidity? How is it stupidity?
It's
Right?
stupidity because
Why? John! I need switch to the Andre. That's all I was trying to
Go
do.
sit right here.
No, I'm gonna give you this.
Right?
Hold on.
If he had a gun, I'm gonna look up his Andre, can you sir, here's my laptop. Right. Here. Right? Just give John your laptop since it's already up. Right? And then just use mine to research. If he had a gun, right,
Mhm.
and he was able to utilize that gun
Oh, please.
to protect. You see, ultimately, people, let's get real, right? a lot of people are upset over a number of things. Some of them is petty, right? Some of them are petty, not is. Some of them are petty, right? Right. But let's go back. In my house, right? My kids live downstairs in the basement.
Mhm.
They play a video game or they play music.
Mhm.
And that crap, right? That crap is annoying. I'm upstairs watching television. I hear the floor banging, like the extra bass, right? All of that stuff downstairs.
Mhm.
I'm frustrated. So I don't want to excuse Jason, but I could understand the frustration of the noise,
Let me tell you.
right? It is annoying,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But if he had a gun, if both of them had a gun, both of them might have died. But I don't think the young man was going to die, right? Because I believe both of them were going to draw the gun and they both were going to be at a standstill.
Hard to say.
No.
No,
No.
that's why I think guns should be legal. Marie could have gone back inside, got her gun, although she was a
That's
coward.
stupidity.
Right?
If you talk that stupidity, it's stupidity.
Why?
Talking.
Why is it? Wait. Why is it stupid?
So you think that having another gun, both shooting at each other,
Yep.
more people would be victims?
Oh, Wild Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
But guess right now, one of them died suicide by cop, and the other one took out the poor son, the 27-year-old kid, who's like, "What the hell? I'm dead." Right? Those are some issues. Let me see. Greeting. Hey, Simone, how you doing? I agree with Roger. Thank you, Simone. Thank you
I don't
very
know
much.
what you agree with. What did you agree with? I'm not
Both of them
defending
had a gun?
him, but do you think they would have killed him
Yes,
if he was?
yes. The reason why Simone, I don't know if you want to answer that question first, but I'm gonna say yes, right? Because I don't believe Jason wanted to face trial. I don't think he wanted to face trial at all, right? So I think he purposely. I wasn't there. I didn't see the body cam. I didn't talk to the chief. But let's think about it. 15 minutes of calm talk, and then he lunges at the police, right? And what's the term, John? Clean kill, right? It was clean. I think that's the term that is used. That is a clean shooting because he knew. First of all, let's think about it. I thought about a few things. One, he was his ex-correction, right? So he knows some of them guys in jail. He's not trying to hear that. Two, he knew that he was going to be spending the rest of his life in jail, or he believed. Not knew, but believed. Because what you believe is not always a fact, right? We believe in many things that are not facts, right? You ready for John? Right? Right? So I think black or white, he was not going to go in. He was not going to go in. I don't know. What do you think, John? Joanne, I don't know where to start.
Dr. Brian?
Yeah, Dr. Brian, go back in the shot again. Damn.
Yeah, I think at the time he afterwards he understood the impact and knew the consequences of his actions after all the adrenaline and everything. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Now we can hear you.
After all the adrenaline and everything wore off, the reality set in for the alleged suspect, and he knew
Pull him up on screen.
he knew the consequences. Hey, Jack, how you doing, Jack? Hey, Janice. He knew the consequences. He knew what was going to transpire. So otherwise than that, he just felt like, hey, my life is pretty much over. He knew his life was over.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to do a considerable amount of time. He thought he would have done a considerable amount of time. Because you don't know what could have happened, or he could have plea bargained. To make a long story short, he knew that his time and his days were numbered.
Well, right, and what happened is the video was very. See what happened. He couldn't. He could have argued self-defense,
Mm-hmm.
right? He could have argued self-defense, but he positioned himself. He did not give a warning,
Mhm.
right? And yeah, the dude was bigger than him,
You know, there's no audio, my friend.
right?
And that was a, you know,
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying like the guy confronted him with the scissors, just like when he came at the cop and shot him. What happened was he shot the guy as the guy was several feet away from him. Like he drew the gun.
he was retreat.
Yeah, he retreated and he pulled and fired.
See, that's why the audio would have been very important, because at the moment we don't know what transpired. Maybe he felt his life was in danger. Maybe he said to the suspect, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to stab you." We don't know. If somebody says they're going to threaten, if I come back, she's pulling in the back, and he says, I'm going to stab you, and I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to end you. At that point in time, you know, do you engage or you retreat? So it's all very questionable. And then he turns around, he pulls the gun. The only reason he turned around because he pulled the gun and started walking away.
He didn't walk away though, John.
No,
He
no,
retreated.
no. He retreated after. He retreated
got a form.
after.
He got into form.
No, he retreated after the gentleman pulled out the firearm. If he retreated,
Oh, you mean the father?
Yes, the father retreated. Because if the father,
Audrey, can you look up those names for me,
if
please?
his father would have just when he
the
pulled him, when
perp is his
when
name is Jason
when the
Pax.
wife pulled him away the first time, he would have just said, "If you'd have just walked away, he's retreating." And if they got continued, then at that point in time, he's aggressive. We don't know what the dialogue was between the parties. That's why the dialogue, the audio would have been helpful, but it would have been like he said this, he said that. But the bottom line is this: he knew what he had it in his mind that he bought a firearm to just a simple noise complaint. Although it was going back and forth, there's a backstory, but not to the point where you bring a .45 caliber automatic upstairs to engage with this individual. He knew
That was premeditated.
He knew in his mind what he was going to do if this person jumped bad. He knew he couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
He knew physically this guy was much bigger and stronger than him, but his callousness in the way he shot that young man and then walked over and executed. He executed by shooting him head to make sure. It just shows you this is an individual who really didn't care about life.
I don't want to use the word didn't care.
He did not care.
No, he didn't.
I want to use the word frustrated.
No, you can be no. We all get frustrated. But we don't get frustrated to the point now we're gonna pull a gun and kill somebody. We all get frustrated. It's the same thing with road rage. People get so incensed that they have to kill someone or no. You don't walk away.
Dr. Brian.
No, Dr. Brian is right. Walk away.
Live away. Live fight another day.
Live another day.
You know,
Now this whole thing it metastasized. But the reality is in this whole situation, and it's very interesting how this video was so. Everyone had this video, and this video is so graphic. But everyone should understand what they learn. What you can learn from this whole situation is that you have to be mindful of others. You don't know what mental stress or what stress another person is living. Sometimes it's better to step back and walk away from a situation instead of engaging it, because it can rise to the level where once all of the adrenaline and everything wears off, then it comes a realization of what did I do. And I think this is what happened to this suspect, because after it wore all off, he had the adrenaline, he was pumped. He did this. But when he got in that elevator, he realized, he says, it's over. I can't go back home. It's over. I have to live. He knew. Everybody knew who he was. Come on, you know, they're going to find me. one way or another.
Mhm.
So you know what? I'm not going to prison because I'm maybe facing, who knows? But he didn't know, but he wasn't rational at the time. Because if he was rational, when he went to a lawyer's office, turned himself in, at that point in time, we could start manipulating. So one can manipulate, as a defense attorney, you can manipulate that whole situation.
Yep. He felt lost. You know, I
The
took,
name, I wanna, Vladimir, and
he
Maud.
was Haitian, so you could pronounce it with a
Vladimir.
Haitian accent. Vladimir
Mhm.
and Mode,
And
Maud.
Maud.
Mo Chinwe. All right. Lutheran is that last name. You know, while I was at the vigil yesterday, John, I had the 6th, 7th Precinct Clergy Council, God Squad, Assembly Member Monique Chandler Waterman, the Mayor's Office, Council Member Farrah Lewis, and Elite Learners were the primary moms and the Move and Drum and a few others that came out. You know, one thing I was thinking about, in my mind, I was like, is this a waste of time? Right? I was thinking about that. Like we're saying the prayer up. And I'm like, why didn't we? It's like you're always second guessing yourself. Why didn't we do something
Ahead of time?
before? This is not the first time. A couple weeks ago, the 14-year-old girl was killed over there. That is the same area from your child's school, right? That's 14-year-old.
Oh, that same building?
It's the same area. I'm not sure if it's the same building.
Okay. That's where the murder-suicide they were thinking?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? You have that. A few years ago, you had a domestic violence situation where the man actually ran down the woman outside on Brooklyn Ave and murdered the person. I feel like, and that's also the same area where 1/3 of the tenants are about to get eviction notices, right? Because they're not paying rent. There are a lot of things going on, like you said, John.
People on edge.
What is the psychological component? So as I'm at this vigil, I'm like, is this something that we should have been? You're second guessing yourself.
You will always second guess yourself, but which is true if you think in all of this, you know, one, a lot of people have lost all hope.
Mhm.
Hey,
A lot
Jennifer.
of
Yeah,
people.
John. Yeah, Jennifer, I agree with you. Hey, John, long time. Yeah, I agree with you, Jennifer.
Yeah, hold on. Is this the same Jennifer who I got a message from today and said, you know, this is the time when we have to bring all family together, but now you're calling me out saying long time? That's how you treat your family? All right, Jennifer. All right, big sis. That's how you treat me? No problem. I still love you anyway. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time that I haven't seen you too, Miss Joseph.
Yeah.
But you know, nobody knows this. We've lost all hope. We lost faith. A lot of people with emptiness. They don't look for tomorrow. People don't see. People don't. People. Honestly, it's very difficult for people to deal with adversity.
You
And
know,
if you don't have,
Especially nowadays.
Faith.
especially now, if you don't have faith, if you don't have hope.
Mhm.
So when you lose hope,
you know, honestly, John,
Let me finish, boys.
I don't know, but
Let me
I
finish.
think patience is probably
Well,
the most
Thank
important
you,
thing in this one.
but your patience comes from your faith.
Yeah.
If you believe in something,
Yeah.
it's
L-
what's the
endure.
essence of faith? It's unseen, but you know it's there. But you gotta have your you know what your purpose in life is.
Yep.
There is a purpose,
That's it.
but
You're here for a reason.
you are here for a reason.
Take your
So you
small
gotta hold on.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't. Let me tell you, it's tough. It's tough out here.
Yeah.
You know, Roger, you're a pain in the ass, but I commend you for your own faith that you keep pushing through.
Mhm. And he is a pain in the ass. Yes, he is.
And that's why people follow. That's why people follow you, because
Exactly.
you have a purpose.
You have a purpose, and you keep pushing through. You know, I remember when I was going through, man, it was difficult every single day, getting up, going to trial, listening to what people say about you. Like, what? That's not me. But every day
Yep.
you had to, and you knew they were coming after you, guns blazed. And then you sit to yourself, so I could have took an easy way out. I could have took an easy way out and been a, cooperate or whatever it is, but no, because I had faith, man. I had faith. And that's what I'm telling you. I tell everybody, take life one day at a time. Although we don't know when we're going to leave, but you have to take life one day at a time, because if you start worrying, today has
its own problems.
It has its own problems, but I'm taking on the problems of tomorrow and thereafter. Deal with the problems today.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's a different set of circumstances and
Yep.
everything. And to come back to the point that we've talked about in this whole thing about the incident that happened and the shooting innocent lives, the whole point to that is sometimes in life, it's not worth to do things that can have an impact not only on you, but on your entire family.
You mentioned that the family is
Yeah.
one family.
So at the end of the day, it's both families,
that's that loss.
Mm-hmm. And always be considerate. Be considerate of the next person. Be considerate, because you never know what the next person is going through. You never know. To say good morning, to say how you doing. If somebody, it's like back in the day, if you got a child, when we were growing up, if Miss Mary saw us doing something that we shouldn't be doing, Miss Mary would approach us and handle business. And then Miss Mary would tell our parents, and our parents would say, "You daggone right, Miss Mary, you make sure you look out." But nowadays, you don't have that. You don't have that village mindset anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to take care. We look out for one another.
Mm-hmm.
We are our brothers and sisters keepers, and that's something that we have lost.
Yeah, we don't have that. And when we think about a disregard for life,
Mm-hmm.
war, the same way, a disregard for life.
Mm-hmm.
You tie it together, innocent people who have nothing to do with.
What are we talking about now?
I'm just telling you.
What war are you talking about?
I was thinking
What war are
the
we
same
talking
thing.
about?
I think, John, before we go on to that topic, because that's something we really want to talk about, right? Before we do that, right? I want to just say that people out there in village land, take a mental health break.
True.
Take a mental health break. And
smoke some weed.
Right? Go to the cannabis shop and invite Dr. Brian.
Smoke some weed.
Right? No, but in all seriousness, take a mental health break. Don't think that, especially within our Black and Caribbean communities, right? I know it exists in other communities as well, but we don't believe that we need de-stressors, right?
So give examples of de-stressors.
Breathe, meditation,
Mm-hmm.
praying,
Mm-hmm.
Having some friends over, having a conversation, having a circle of people.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
Don't isolate yourself.
right? For me, I if something bothers me, I'm calling John, right? I'm calling Joanne, right? I'm calling my ABC brothers. I'm calling somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's not gonna stress me out.
Mm-hmm.
Or, sometimes I just want to complain. I just want to complain. I'm like, I'm tired of this, right? I just want to complain. So before we go to commercial, I just want people to think about that for a minute. And ladies and gentlemen, please feel free. I see some of you chiming in. I know a number of you are out there in village land. Just ensure that you chime in. Let us know what your thoughts are on this particular subject before we go on to Hamas.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to go into Eric Adams first.
Before we do that, just don't cut me off on the street, and we're good.
Oh,
Because that's another side.
Oh,
You will see.
Oh, yeah, rotary.
Oh, I don't have road rage. I just don't.
What the hell you call that?
Yeah, right? So,
Footprints Cafe now offers offers Caribbean flatbreads, available in 11 mouthwatering flavors, including favorites like jerk chicken, curry chicken, honey garlic chicken or shrimp, ackee and saltfish, garlic cheese, and more. Our flatbreads are satisfying and can be enjoyed by the entire family. So make it a flatbread night at Footprint and enjoy the fusion of flavors. These flatbreads are so good, you might just have to fight for that last piece. Good thing there's plenty more where that came from. Get yours today from any of our Footprints locations. Want to enjoy your flatbread at home? Then order on Uber Eats and get it delivered right to your door. We'll see you there.
Call Howard Housing Solution today for all your real estate needs. Sellers, we can get top dollar for your home, and our vast network of professionals can facilitate your move and help you purchase your dream home in another state. Buyers, we have a pulse on the market and can get you in a home quickly. Property owners, we can manage your property efficiently and allow you peace of mind. So why wait? Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560 for your sale, purchase, or property management needs. Conveniently located in East New York, Brooklyn. You can come to us at 577 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, or we can visit in the comfort of your home. Call Howard's Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560. Howard Housing Solutions. Real estate simplified.
Ready? Ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, the Great Family Adult Social Daycare come out, enjoy with the families. Medicaid is all you need to qualify. 646-504-5778 or email gracefamilyadult@gmail.com. www.gracefamilyasd.com.
Hey, Jennifer, you made a good point. The village stopped looking. The
Hold
village,
on, wait. I just want to say this for a fact. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see this? Can you see this? John the baker. And it's nice and hot. Dr. Brian is like, I'm waiting to dig in. But she's too stush, so she's not going to eat on the air. But as soon as the show is over, she's going to be devouring. And when we go to the next commercial, devouring. All right? But you're saying, John.
Jennifer, you're right.
And I'm eating.
Jennifer, right. She said the village stopped looking out for each other. You know what? My big sis, you're correct. The village has stopped looking for each other. We have lost our way. And that's why we have this show, the Village Talk Show, because we're trying to really disseminate not only information, but let everybody know we are still a village. And we need to come together. We need to support one another. So, I want to thank Roger for putting the show together. It's the village. But also, I want to wish my daughter a happy 21st birthday. Today, she turned 21.
Happy birthday.
And she said when she comes back from school, she's going to take me out and buy me a drink. She's 21, so happy birthday, JJ.
Happy birthday to my boy Bert as well from high school. No, I meet my kid.
You're driving me crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And you're smacking on, oh my God.
John made a good piece of in Jamaica we call it toto. What do you call it in
It has
Guyana?
coconut in it?
No, that wasn't half coconut.
What do you call it in Guyana? What do you call this?
We call that, what do we call it? We call it just a drop.
Well, in Jamaica we call
Bread.
it toto or sweet bread. All right. I'm going to eat some more.
John Sampson, the baker. Yeah.
So anyway, before we move on, John,
Can you stop chewing?
there are 2,500 apartments in Danville.
Right.
It's like its own community. Know what you know. Now, some of the things I just spoke about. The culture of violence. What are some of your recommendations? What would you think?
For the culture of violence?
Just the whole.
A recommendation, Reverend Sharpton says this, I think, he says it on the end of the show on Sundays. He says, look at the man in the mirror. Or look at the woman in the mirror. Look at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with you.
What's something that you do?
It starts with you. You are the one who determines your destiny.
That's so true. That is so true.
You know what?
Choices that we make in life,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's the environment that we live in that can influence the choices we make in life. So it's so important that we look at ourselves, and sometimes it depends on how strong-minded you are to not be influenced by those who really do not have any good sense of wholesomeness in dealing with people, dealing with life, dealing with careers. And it's so true, you are known by the company that you
Yep.
keep.
Yep.
So if you surround yourself with negative people, you too eventually going to evolve into a negative person. If you surround yourself with people, it's just like, when you meet a girl for the first time, and you really want to impress her. And she's a smart young lady. She works extremely hard in school, but you really like her. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to do everything to get her attention. And if she's going to be in study hall, you're going to go to study hall. You're going to do things that you wouldn't do, but you're led by someone who is doing positive things and leading you to the positive. Although you don't realize that, you're going to realize at some point in time. It's like follow the leader, but we need to surround people with people who are influential, who can direct them in a way of community, faith, not self-righteousness, but to be able to just self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many aspects that we need to deal with, but we just can't give up. Sometimes you see the news, what's going on in life, and
Mm-hmm.
see these videos. It's just like, man, what is this world coming to? But we got those who have that strong embodiment of faith and work or live within a village that can surround themselves with positive people. You're going to do well.
Come out strong.
You're going to come out. I mean, as they say, there's no testimony without a test.
Mm-hmm. And many times you get squeezed so that you can shine brighter.
Yes.
So.
One of the things that I think that besides looking at yourself, because some of us just believe that there's nobody greater than us.
Roger Daly.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just said that.
And I think like inside of the compound, they should have a mental health facility. They should have the community piece that I see on Foster Avenue is nothing. Kudos to Marietta Smalls and what she's doing over there.
Definitely with the seniors.
Right, with the seniors over there and the tenant association. Our elected officials who are doing some work. But they need facilities. It's too many people. 2,500 apartment on
There you
that. 2,500 apartment units. I would venture to guess that there are more than 6,000 people in there, right?
Okay.
If you're giving 3 persons an apartment, and I know factually, like in this apartment, there were I believe, a minimum of 5 people, 7 people living in that apartment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or coming and going, whether they're staying there for a long time, whatever the case is. People on top of each other.
There you go. And what do you think is going to happen now with more people coming?
Right, you're going to have, the cookies going to crumble.
That's a cop out.
So
that's a cop out, because a lot of people who live in the buildings, who live in it, they've come from far worse situations. So that is a cop out. That is a cop out. you deal with the hand you have been dealt.
Mhm.
It is not permanent. You can make changes if you make the right choices and do what you need to do to get it. This young man, unfortunately, he met another neighbor who was just possessed, who gave up all hope on life or whatever it is, who just couldn't just be sensible enough. Says, yo, you're making enough noise. There's no. It is.
But he didn't recognize either, right? That I'm in a building and your problem is my problem.
And
Right.
that's what the
And that's another
sense
part of
of
the issue.
And both fighting
Right.
at the same
that's the
time.
point. The
Get
sense
no
of
resolution.
community,
Yeah.
the
It's
sense
loss.
of
You know what the
law.
real, John, you know what the real fight should have been with? Management. Why did for me,
And they had complaints, right?
right, the dude, Jason, had a minimum of 311 calls. But I'm the landlord. What am I doing? Am I putting carpet down in the house to soften the noise? What was, you get what I'm saying? Like, you
What
can't
could they
stop
have
a fight. How are you going to walk in your house?
Well, there's nothing wrong. Maybe did he start proceedings to evict it? But irrespective of noise, no noise, whatever it is.
Right.
But you don't take it to that level.
Mhm.
Reasonable people do not take something to that level. Reasonable people.
Yeah.
Always remember, reasonable people don't take it to
47
that
years old. Both of
level.
them. Yeah. You know, we need to move on a little bit, but
Let's move on. Let's go. What do you want to move
I
on?
want to talk about today. Today, FBI raided Mayor Adams' chief fundraising person, Brianna Sudds. They raided her apartment, confiscated some phones, some laptops, searching for connection with construction, inappropriate money spending. I don't know, John. I feel like it's a poor man's cry, right? In this particular situation, he wasn't Bloomberg, who financed his own campaign, and he wanted. I felt that he won the election fair and square, whether you like him or not, right? Because a lot of people don't like him, and some would like him. I felt like he won the election fair and square, and I think they're trying to taint him and make him questionable. For I'm not going to say for no apparent reason, right? But it's almost like you're searching, like you always say, John. I don't like the feds. I don't like the feds at all. So, I feel bad for Brianna. I've met her a few times. I've had personal conversations with her. I mean, everybody by now knows that I know the mayor, and
I'll wait till you finish.
And-
I have my own.
and so I don't know. Thoughts?
Doctor.
I'll wait till after you.
Doc is not going to say nothing.
You know what?
You can punch me all you want. We know you're saying nothing.
Just knowing what I know and knowing how they operate. You have, and I'm gonna be very straightforward. You have a lot of progressive lefts who operate that office. Their ideologies represent people who think that people of color cannot get in a position without doing something underhanded. What they think may be criminal, it is purely just political. Look what they did with the lieutenant governor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is exactly what they do. If they want you, they will go to any depth to get you. Because you have people who are in that office with discretion. And you can say what you can say about Trump, but Donald Trump exposed the Fed, the DOJ for what they are. Political hacks who have an ideology that is totally to left, progressive, and they feel that anything that you do, you are always doing something that has a criminal twist to it. And as a result of that, I call a lot of them, people who sit in that office are wannabe elected officials. They don't have the temerity to go out there and raise money and run for office, but they just want to sit behind that desk, the law, and these criminal statutes to play politics. And that's what they do. Irrespective of what you have your fund. So you're going after the mayor's chief fundraiser, but you don't say, but Brianna is not only fundraising for the mayor. There are other people that she fundraises for. But we know from Bragg's, they're looking for corruption. And sometimes they keep looking, and it's not what they see. The bottom line is, it's unfortunate, and I'm gonna tell you like it is. They do not like that Eric Adams was elected mayor of the city of New York. So what they're gonna try to do,
And he's not far left.
and he's not far left. His ideologies does not match their ideology. What they perceive to be what should be the ideology of New York, the way New York should be running. They're the ones who probably voted for these sanctuary cities and more, but now they're the same ones who say, yeah, we sanctuary cities, but they don't want them living in their neighborhoods.
Yep.
These are the same ones that sit there and prosecute these cases. Everybody says, well, you got an African American who is the U.S. attorney in the Southern District. Let me tell you something. It's the mentality that they have, the indoctrination that they have, that they think that anyone in an elected position, especially when you're a person of color, you got there by being underhanded and engaging in some form of criminal actions to get with you. Your money that you raised it from people's inappropriate. You know what? Those guys who were involved in that fundraising scandal, that has nothing to do with the mayor. I'm the mayor. I run for office. People are going to do what they're going to do, but don't hold me responsible. Hold me responsible for my actions. Don't hold me responsible for other people. And one thing I can say, just dealing with the, we know my man was going to be guilty. He wasn't worried about that. Sam Bankman-Fried, he was going to be guilty. But the only thing I can say is, when I have dealt with Ms. Suggs or dealt with any fundraising arm during the May, they were always to the point. Checks have to match up. You have to address everything else. Always.
Or they send it back.
Or they send it back.
Yeah.
Always.
That was my deal. I did a couple of fundraisers.
Always.
Yeah.
And if it's not correct, send it back. And it's with them, it's guilt by association. Eric Ulrich, his friends raised big money for me, whatever it is. Now people that's their business. They got indicted. You know what? And this is how leftists, this is how I don't want to I'm gonna say it like this is. That's the ideology when you're talking to people in Park Slope, Brooklyn Heights, the West Side, the East Side. That's their thought process.
Yep.
Their thought process is like, yo, any person of color in the office.
It's funny. They're progressive.
They're not progressive.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
They're not progressive.
I had to do a training today, right? Over the last 2 days, I've been doing a training at Borough Hall because as the chair of the board, we have to do implicit bias, sexual harassment, diversity and inclusion, and one more, I don't remember, the LGBTQ, right? So we had to do those. And I'm watching this thing. And one of the things is systemic racism.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a racist, but I'm looking for justice, right? And I find that a lot of these progressive leftist people really have embedded systemic racism that is causing something like, they think they're
And
being
they have
progressive.
to overcompensate.
Yes.
Overcompensate to suppress that.
Yep. And
And
to
the
me,
first thing they always say, oh, I got black friends, I got this
Yeah.
friend, I got that. I don't want to hear the bullshit. I don't want to hear it at all. You know who people who are genuine.
yeah,
People who are genuine. And a lot of them, they are not genuine. You know, they deal with you because you're on their level.
mhm,
You know, it's just like, take for example, you know, they respect a person like Sean Carter, Jay-Z,
mhm.
because he built his wealth from nothing to something. They respect that. As I said to, but he never forgets who from whence he came. But you look at Michael Jackson, you look at O.J. Simpson. When you start to dangle in their world and you violate, they'll just throw you aside.
Mhm.
So as I tell our you know, and the man knows that. But one thing they are always fearful of, as you said, of a brother who is moderate, who's intelligent, who's willing to stand up,
Mhm.
who's willing to stand up. You know, the first thing Democrats do when you get in trouble, what's the first thing they do?
They want to get ready. They want to shut you down.
Resign.
Mhm.
Resign.
You know, speaking of which,
Oh.
George Santos,
I know, but we want to hear Dr.
Oh.
Bryant.
Dr. Marty Sanders, you know.
Okay. No,
Let's
no,
try
no. No, Dr. Bryant. There, Dr. Bryant. Your thoughts.
Prove me wrong.
So I was thinking about the whole Eric Adams thing. What was surprising to me is how, when I read the article, it spoke about Trump. So it tries to tie the association with Trump, with the casino people, with the nightclub, and then several other Democrats. So the young lady, it didn't explain anything about the young lady or anything to say they boarded up, they mentioned they boarded up her apartment and they heard screaming or whatever. But to tie Trump, who's corrupt, with the mayor, what are they trying to imply? That's the question. He's under investigation not investigation, he's on trial right now, but to tie him up to the nightclub and some of the casinos and some of his hotels, that's under, so it sends
The whole thing is you're
messages.
Right. They send, these are subliminal
Mhm.
messages
Mhm.
to taint the mayor, to sell newspapers. It's to taint his reputation.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Mhm.
And this is all of them. I told you about Eric Adams, the shady people that he has around him, the shady people that works for him. I told you should have never elected this guy in the first place. We want to elect someone like a Dan Coleman, former U.S. attorney. He's squeaky clean. He's from the Manhattan West Side, Lower Side. Comes from a family of money. They're good. They're good. They fit in the mold of what an elected official should be.
John, in my opinion, the far left is equally as dangerous as the far right.
Oh, definitely.
And if not sometimes.
But then,
more.
but you know what? I respect the far right because the far right will tell you who they are. But the far left, you think you know who they are, but they're not who you
And they
think
turn
they
against
are.
you. The irony, George Santos,
Mhm.
31 Democrats. There was a need for 289
Right?
Total.
votes
Mhm.
needed
Mhm.
to get him
Mhm.
ousted, impeached
Mhm.
from the U.S. Senate.
Right.
31 Democrats voted for him to stay.
Mhm.
31 Democrats.
I would have voted too.
No, I'm not saying no.
I would have voted.
That's not even the point of what I'm making.
Mhm.
But yet still,
Mhm.
we Democrats always ask our people to resign. But 31 Democrats had the opportunity
But they didn't.
to vote,
Mhm.
nay, you can't stay.
And what
And they voted due process, which is the right vote, I believe, in my mind.
That is correct.
Right?
That's the correct.
But you won't let your own people, Bob Menendez, right now, right, from New Jersey,
Resign.
resign. Andrew Cuomo, resign. But 31 of you
And they tossed out.
voted
Mhm.
to keep the man in his office. His own Republican, Long Island Republicans,
Voted against it.
voted as a unit. But the 31 Democrats voted yes. That doesn't make sense.
Because we don't, you know what? We talk a good game.
Yep.
We talk a good game, but we're full of shit. It's all about, you know what? If you believe, I believe in the Constitution. I believe in this. But if you believe in the Constitution, you believe a person is entitled to due process.
Yep.
Perfect example is you look at all those people who have been exonerated.
Mm-hmm.
Who, when you came out, even in Central Park Java case, all the people like, they're guilty. Throw away, lock away the key. They are guilty. And you know what? They weren't guilty.
Yeah.
And if they gave them the death
If
penalty,
they gave them the death penalty, it would have been
innocent people were
dead.
5
So
innocent people.
and that's my point.
One of them just made it to city council. I forgot his name. Yeah.
Because if you
In Harlem.
believe in due process, you believe in everybody, give them a day in court. That's it.
You know, and to me that is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing about what's going on there. The next topic for discussion is the United States got a new ambassador to Israel. Want to get to that first, or want to talk about
but
Donald Trump?
Biden asked Israel to halt today to halt in the attacks.
Let's be honest. They got the Secretary of State at the Blinken. The new can you look up that name for me?
What was that?
The new name, Lou. I believe his name is Lou.
Oh yes, Lou used to be the former
Treasury Secretary.
Treasury Secretary for President Obama.
Right. He now is the ambassador to Israel. Right. And they're looking at $14.3 billion in aid to Ukraine and Israel.
No, 14.3. They voted for it to go to Israel
alone.
Mm-hmm.
We have a migrant situation in America. We have a reparations situation in America. We have a failed education system in America. We have a housing crisis in America. We have a poverty problem in America. But you voted for $14.3 billion when you have the problems here.
Mm-hmm.
Kids can't go to college.
That's one of the reasons why a lot of Republicans say that, they want to stop providing this money to Ukraine because you need to take care of your own borders. And yes. We need to handle the border situation.
Right.
We never realized the magnitude of it because we never impacted because they always stayed down there. Can you imagine those counties down there and how they have been overrun by the migrants?
Mm-hmm.
But now this is what I'm talking about.
Democratic
Progressives
Yeah.
and lefties. As soon as they come to your community now, you should hear, boss. The hotel shouldn't be opening in my community. We don't need them. No, but hold on. You okay when they were down in Texas and they were but this is what I'm saying. We are full of shit.
But guess what? Many Democrats wouldn't be advocates as much as they are until they got a taste of it.
Can you say that again, Dr. Brian?
A lot of people would not say anything until they have a taste of it. And then we become compassionate. Then we understand.
It's
Dr. Brian, you said about for.
I'm an advocate for X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people are advocate for something until it happens to them.
Uh-huh.
Right? And
That's another good point.
Right.
Say that again.
Right.
You are not an advocate. You are an advocate until it happens to you. That's what you said. Huh?
Yep. You know, a lot of people wanted to abolish slavery until black people came to the neighborhood. A lot of people want to talk about equal rights, but the black man is stealing my job. You know, if you want equal rights, then I should be able to apply to the same job that you're applying to. But no. This was my job. It was my father's job. He was the mill worker. He was the boss. He was making money. All of a sudden, you people are coming. So, you know, I feel that America,
Jennifer said it right. These so-called progressives are the new oppressors.
yeah, they are. Because at the end of the day, they are, it's like you cannot go from one extreme to the next. And a lot of these people are going from one extreme to the next. I tell people all the time, I 100%, right? I 100% don't agree with so many things that are happening to our United States. Inflation is going up the roof. Gas prices ridiculous. I went to buy gas today, John, to put in about went to a gas station.
How much?
$4.70 for premium.
Where at?
Right, Avenue L and Utica.
No. You got to go on Rockaway Avenue, Leonard Boulevard, $4.39. When you go on Seaview Avenue and Rockaway Parkway, there's a little couple of
Shell?
Not Shell,
The
not
Mobile.
the Shell, Mobile.
The mobile's
Shell is-
cheaper.
Mobile is cheaper.
No,
You have to go
yeah,
on, even on Flatlands Avenue between 83rd and 86th.
Yeah, the mobile is cheaper than
Cheaper.
than
Cheaper. You got to shop like anything else. You got to shop for.
yeah. I'm not saying no. I think my point goes to the point of the amount of money that you're spending when you have so many, and you're spending our money. Is the people who pay taxes. You have issues with, I freaking, for the life of me, one of my cancer medication, I think I spoke about this several months ago, June, I spoke about this. One cancer medication, my copay is $4,000.
Ridiculous.
Right, I can't even get a cancer medication, but you send $14.3 billion to Israel. People here are suffering. And I think
That's
that
what Donald Trump, you know, and this is what Trump was talking about. You know, and we can say what we can say about him, but he was talking about America first. Take care of America first.
you
Take
know,
care of America first, then we can help everybody else. But if we help everybody else, who's going to be there to help America?
because a lot of them, they won't, because what they're going to do, they're going to take care of their country first.
See, here's the problem that a lot of people are having with this migrant situation. They feel as though focus is more on the migrant than the homeless population, that they are kicking some of the homeless population out of certain shelters to
That's
accommodate. But
That's
that is the sediment. That is what
Yeah,
people
but
are feeling.
once again,
That
perception
is-
is becoming
mhm.
reality, but that is not reality. The
You know
homeless
what is reality though? That they need to find amnesty for the undocumented people, give them some of the same rights that they're giving these migrants.
Not even amnesty, they need to fix those. They need to do a complete overhaul of the immigration system.
Yep.
Those people who are here legally, those people on the visas, they need to push and move them through. This is what it is. Let me tell you something. If this was a publicly held corporation who had to deal with this immigration issue, it would be resolved and moved a lot faster.
I think, you know, when you think about all these things that are happening. Oh, speaking of the war, we want to dispel a rumor. This is one thing that was bothering me, especially, and we didn't talk about it yet, but the earthquake in Jamaica. I hate when people are so evil-minded that when they want to push a point, they just make something up.
You know that. What else is doing?
Right? The Trumpian thing. So there's a 2000 the Trump just they're just you want stuff over this what is it the stove bleach or whatever they call it in there. They show 2013 video of things that were happening of the crisis that were happening in Syria, and say that this is what the Jews are doing to the people of Palestine, right? Because the people who are Palestinian empathizers want to show the Jews as heinous individuals. If you want to show them as heinous individuals, at least do it with facts, right? So those of you who've seen that video where they throwing the people,
Greetings, Tanya. Greetings.
they're throwing people in the death trenches, right? They're throwing people in the trenches and shooting them. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not Israel. Israel did not do that. That video is over 10 years old. And I don't even know if it was true, by the way. But that video is over 10 years
It's
old.
all propaganda. We know it.
Right.
It's propaganda, man.
And a lot of things.
Social media is a blessing and a curse.
Right?
And AI now.
AI.
AI, yeah.
AI is the big thing because now they're cutting and pasting. Not like I said, it has nothing to do with Israel and Palestine. And whether or not it's true about Syria, that we don't know, right? I find it hard to believe that they would just throw somebody, a walking person, throw them in without trial. I mean, I could understand not respect, but understand if somebody's found guilty of a crime and they're sentenced to death. And unfortunately, this is how they killed them. I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, I agree with it. I'm just simply saying that we don't know what the circumstances are as to why they're there, but it's definitely not the Palestinians. It's definitely not the Jews. And it definitely has nothing to do directly with the war that has been going on for 3
I'm tired
years.
of the wars. I really am.
You're not going to stop wars.
I know, but I'm tired of them.
Why? Why is
Yeah.
why? You know what I tell people all the time? War is like crime. They are necessary.
What? So crime is necessary? Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
Yes, crime is necessary.
Oh.
Crime is a very necessary thing. Think about it. Think about crime for a second. I've said this before in the show.
I thought about it, and you're wrong.
Crime is necessary. You just don't want it to happen to you. Why? Hold on. Wait. It sounds weird that I'm making that statement.
Let's listen to this. Villagers, listen to this now.
How many people get implied by a criminal?
You got the judge, you got the bailiff, you got a whole criminal justice system.
There you go. Right? If there are no criminals, right? If there are no criminals,
Go ahead,
there are no police officers.
go ahead,
There's no need for defense attorneys,
go ahead.
prosecutors,
Right.
Judges.
Right.
The relief system in the jail, whatever you need, the teachers, the nurses, the this, whatever.
Okay.
The correction officers, the jail builders,
Right.
the warden, all of those people. Now, it's a system is built on the fact that they're criminals. Now, we
Because
have
we have the spiritual realm, and then you have
The natural.
the natural. In the natural realm, we are a society of laws.
Mhm.
And those laws were created to keep order.
Mhm.
So if there is not order and there is chaos, then you don't have a world.
Yeah.
That's why you have a
this
system.
this
Yeah.
order is desired. No, this order is I got the rule. This order is done. Order is desired because you have to govern each other against one another. But again, like I said, right? If you think about what I just said, right? You have it's probably jails, schools, right? Jail schools are the biggest spending of the government of the United States.
Footprints Cafes now offers Caribbean flatbreads, available in 11 mouth-watering flavors, including favorites like jerk chicken, curry chicken, honey garlic chicken or shrimp, ackee and saltfish, garlic cheese, and more. Our flatbreads are satisfying and can be enjoyed by the entire family. So make it a flatbread night at Footprints and enjoy the fusion of flavors. These flatbreads are so good, you might just have to fight for that last piece. Good thing there's plenty more where that came from. Get yours today from any of our Footprints locations. Want to enjoy your flatbread at home? Then order on Uber Eats and get it delivered right to your door. We'll see you there.
Call Howard Housing Solution today for all your real estate needs. Sellers, we can get top dollar for your home, and our vast network of professionals can facilitate your move and help you purchase your dream home in another state. Buyers, we have a pulse on the market and can get you in a home quickly. Property owners, we can manage your property efficiently and allow you peace of mind. So why wait? Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560 for your sale, purchase, or property management needs. Conveniently located in East New York, Brooklyn. You can come to us at 577 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, or we can visit in the comfort of your home. Call Howard's Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560. Howard Housing Solutions. Real estate simplified.
Great Family Adult Social Daycare. Come out, bring that loved one. Mental health, very important. Give them time to meet people, greet people, especially our males, right, who are not coming outside. Get a companion, hang out, play some dominoes, some bingo, some cards, some board games, salon services, special guest speakers, doctors coming out, helping you out. Barbecues during the summer. Right, barbecues during the summer. 646-504-5778. The center will be opening up Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just call it for the date when that's going to happen. November 16th, I think, is the tentative date. But just call and confirm. Check us out at www.gracefamilyasdcare.com. Medicaid accepted, and if you don't know if you qualify, someone will help you to get qualified. Last topic of the day. Well, not the last, second to last topic. Donald Trump Jr. was brought in to testify against his father. All right.
Like he's going to testify against his father.
Right. So, what they're trying to do, get him a contempt of court?
No, I'll be testifying against his father. Because he did certain documents. That's another way. I don't think it's, let me take that back. It is not a waste what is transpiring, because my point is this: the disparity in the way this case is litigated. Because this case, if it was one of us, it would have never been a civil case. It would have been a criminal case. Now you look at Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried. You thought Sam Bankman-Fried was going to walk away from this? It's too much money. But what he did was, he had the ability, he was creating the alternative currency with the crypto. And that's what the government, it can't regulate crypto the way they want to regulate crypto.
Needed some shady shit.
It's shady shit.
Oh gosh.
Because
John influenced me just
all of a sudden, John has influenced Andre in the negative. Right? But I'm not going to say anything about those two words that John used. I'll accept them. Well, no, I'm not going to accept them, but
I sent him thing. He his trial, the prosecutor.
Guilty.
Yeah, he's guilty.
Who's guilty? Oh yeah, but Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, what does the court plan to get out of both Trump Jr. and Eric Trump?
They already.
Yeah, they interviewed both of them.
The judge already, there was a, motion for summary judgment in which the judge said, yes, you guys are liable for fraud. Fraud was engaged, but the level to what's the level? Because the manipulations as to the value impacts your insurance that you need and all of that. It has an impact on it. And as a result of that, your evaluation of the property that you need to in order for you to get a mortgage, because if the property is only worth $50 million, but I say the property is worth $150, at that point in time, there's equity that I can pull out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the question is, did those institutions and those things, did they get back their money?
That's what Trump is saying. They got back their money.
They got back their money. They got back their money.
But you see the problem there, John, is that the Trump enterprises gained significant wealth by fabricating
Mm-hmm.
the numbers.
Santos.
If-
It's another Santos.
No, wait, hold on. Wait, think about. I'm just gonna ask you a question. I'm worth $50,000. That's my worth, right?
Right.
So I know my house is worth $50,000.
Mhm.
I go to the bank and I tell the bank that my house is worth $150,000. I inflate the cost of it.
Mm-hmm.
How much money did I just place in my pocket? Because now I get $150,000 on something that's knowingly worth that. It's not gonna buy a property, a real property, for now $150,000 and gain the interest by telling a lie.
I don't only blame Trump organization. I blame the banks as well. They're supposed to do their due diligence and get a comp. You know, if you're telling me your property is worth 150, I'm supposed to check out the other value of everything else. So everything is based on one man's opinion.
Well, the name goes a long way, though.
That's the problem.
And that's
That
the
is the
problem. Doc, you hit it on the head. That is the problem. It's the same problem if we get to a political corruption case.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Skelos and his son. The whole issue with the son, they're doing favors for his son to get to the father.
Mm-hmm.
Just because his father is in a position of power. You know what I'm saying?
Do your due diligence.
Do your
Yep.
due diligence. Just don't assume
Yep.
that this is what they do. The name. These bankers got the Trump name.
And-
Then I don't have to delve.
Yep.
I don't have to delve into deeper. I don't have to go further because of it's the gravitas.
But here's the thing. That's how the mortgage industry crashed before.
Yes.
It's based on,
Say
hey,
that.
I said that my value is such and such. A no doc loan, guess what? I could write that I'm making $900,000 and knowing daggone, you're not even making $100,000, but guess what? I can fabricate and write checks and have everything ready and the loan will go through. That is what caused the market to crash before, and they continue to do it on a business level. So yeah, you know, they try to regulate the regular home buying process or whatever, but the commercial, it's a wild, wild west. And still, I'm just waiting for the same thing to happen again, because it's a continuation of a broken cycle.
You know, quickly, we have about like 3 minutes left. I want to touch on one more topic. I want to send heartfelt sympathy out to all of my Jamaican families and friends out there and everybody. I forgot to call my cousin Yuna to see how she's doing. We had an earthquake earlier.
Where?
They didn't say there was no
No death,
Oh.
but
yeah.
How the earthquake where?
in Jamaica.
It wasn't only Jamaica. There's a couple other places that was along
That's
the
along
coast.
strip,
Yes.
Yeah, I spoke to 2 cousins in my family out there. One cousin's like, when the tremor was coming, I was holding on to the kitchen counter.
Jamaica, Dominican Republic,
Right.
a couple of the other places.
So hopefully the ambassador's all right.
Yeah, so I haven't reached out yet to find out how he's doing. But although there's no physical damage to the person, there are a lot of people who are, as of a couple of days ago, over 100,000 people were out of electricity.
Mhm.
That means that your food is going to spoil. You know, there's serious economic crisis.
But that's a lot of places, not only Jamaica, a lot of places.
No, I understand that, but I didn't really get the news about the other places. I'm specifically speaking about it. But I'm talking about the economic toll, especially for a third world country. 100,000 people is a lot. I saw buildings that came down. But the other thing I want to talk about is like some people are using, again, the propaganda. People
Call propaganda, not propaganda.
Yeah, that's not Jamaican. You call it whatever you want. Guyanese. But the propaganda that is going on. I want people to make sure that please do not use this unfortunate incident and start talking about, you know, like, well, I love Christians. Oh, this is a sign of the time that God is coming. Right? No, it's not. Right? Earthquake happens. So when an earthquake happened 200 years ago, and you said you drive people away from God when we start making a statement like that. People throwing out there that this place broke down, or the prime minister did this, or people need to pray.
Amen.
People need to get closer to God, but God, that it's not a sign of the time. In New York, what do we have? We have snowstorms.
Mm-hmm.
In Florida, we have hurricanes. If you live in the Midwest, you have tornadoes.
Right.
So it's not a sign of the time. It's a climatic change based upon where you live.
I was enjoying the weather last week in the 80-degree weather.
Right, and that was cold because it was the fall. Right, it's the fall out there. And so the fall and spring, the weather fluctuates.
Yeah.
So my heart goes out.
Don't forget to push back your time.
And go and vote.
Oh yeah. So you could guys talk about that.
So ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen, don't forget to go out.
And she got that vote.
Let's go out and vote.
That's a
I voted.
voice.
I voted already. I voted.
Go and vote for your city council. Go vote. It's not only
Yeah, seductive voice, villagers. Vote,
election.
and vote.
Let's go out and vote.
She needs to have that voice.
Oh,
I did a commercial.
yeah.
Let's get out and vote. I am Dr. Joanne Ryan.
Talk to you.
You got to go a little bit to Marine Club and vote. So, yeah. You know, I like voting. I like the early voting. And when I walked in, I was in for literally 3 minutes.
And don't forget the time change.
Oh, listen to you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, viewing, sharing, participating on The Village. This is your host, Roderick Daly, joined by our co-hosts. Everybody's in the studio today except for Sophia. So, join to my left is our
Sophia,
co-host.
bless up, Sophia.
Yeah.
Our co-host, Dr. John Bryan. Our co-host, Dr. John L. Sampson, our executive producer, Andre Doman, our producer, Sophia Willisey. So it is awesome, and thank you. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue to share the Village Radio Talk Show. Everybody, hopefully you had a great Halloween. Next week, Tuesday, you need to vote. Get out and vote. Tell a friend, bring a friend, and get it done. This vote is important for all of us. God bless. Have a great night.
Be safe out there. Thank you, John.
No problem, God.